Welcome to another episode of Uncle Steve and Nephew Michael. We're going to be talking about two subjects today.
Yes, well, we're definitely going to talk about aliens, UFOs, military involvement.
Yes.
So, you were in the military.
Yeah, right.
You were a first lieutenant,
Right.
Vietnam veteran.
Yeah.
You graduated from university.
St. Edward's University.
St. Edward's University.
Yes.
So, with that, what is your opinion on the satanic mind-reading aliens?
They're real.
Okay.
We like to look at life and think that we're in control of everything, but we're not. We really don't know 99.9% of what's around us. And what we do see, we concentrate only on a few things. But satanic aliens with telepathic power is part of the puzzle of our reality.
Wow.
They exist, they're real, and their function is to show God that man is unworthy.
Wow.
But God knows better.
So are they like part of that biblical?
Yes, the Nephilims or
The Nephilim.
Nephilims.
Okay.
Yes, they're like the Nephilims. They're here trying to disgrace us. They'll tell us go rob the bank, and then they'll say, "See, God, they robbed the bank." They suck you right in. It's all
okay.
Mental.
So is it also possible going down that road that if aliens are here on this planet,
yes,
hiding among us or underground, and they die on this planet, do they then become ghosts, spirits, apparitions themselves? They go to an afterlife just like everything else?
That's a good question, and I think that the rules would apply to them just like it does to us. There's so many of them, and they'd have, as a result, so many ghosts relative to their population.
Wow, yeah, I believe that.
Yes, so like you go into cities, ancient cities,
yeah,
they have their own spirits and ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
That if you went to a UFO sub base or something like that,
yeah,
you'd have the same results.
How many types of aliens are we talking about?
That's a strange question. Back in 1970, I was reading magazines on UFOs, and they reported over 1,000 different types of aliens and alien contact throughout the world. But basically, we deal with the grays.
Yeah.
The grays is what we know most about and what exists in our environment.
Well, what do you think about the conspiracy theory that I like, where like the aliens already run shit, and the political leaders we have are pretty much alien puppets? Like, check this out: like Putin, input, Stalin, install, Hitler, real hit. You got Truman, and it's just it's like all like almost like programming from one species to another.
I think it has some merit to it, but I don't think that they are totally in control. Man is left to his own device.
Still left with the decision to do it on his own.
To do it.
So free will is kind of still there.
It's all about the soul.
Okay.
And to do the soul, you have to have individual thought.
All right, Aryans and aliens.
Aryans and aliens.
What's up with that? Because I mean that's another one.
Well, that's an interesting question because if you're talking about the Aryan, which is blue eye,
right, blonde hair,
yeah, and aliens, yes, they intermingled and intermixed and had for a time their thing. What about the Asians and Africans and South Americans who were not blue-eyed, not blonde-haired, but yet they had alien influence?
True story.
So it's only one of many.
So they've contacted everybody.
Everybody.
Wow.
They went up to the islands in the Pacific.
Wow.
Yes, Easter Island with the statues.
The pyramids.
The pyramids.
All right.
Pyramids all around the world, and that's not by coincidence. It's by contact.
Where are these aliens coming from?
That's a good question. I would say they're coming from several sources. One is a multi-universe.
Okay.
One is from space itself, and the other one would be from a interplane that we have access to several locations from the planet Earth itself,
Mm.
and we interact with themselves. How many come from what? I haven't.
You know what I mean? Like this.
Yes,
if there is a type of federation out there, there's people out there that really believe it, and if there is a lot of life out there, and if they've all met already way before we've been evolved to understand them, then they've probably already got something figured out.
Yes.
Just like we have a UN and things like that.
Right.
You know, organizations come together for the same
common good.
I mean, animal rights come together, right? So
yes.
I don't see why not aliens would all just come together already way before we even came to. But
interestingly enough, though, they like to hide from each other.
Well, that makes sense.
It makes sense that it's not that stable a situation.
Wow.
We'd like it to be.
It's like we want peace, but at the same time,
and even when
different. So.
Even when they intermix with us, they say, "Don't tell anybody." But this is how you do this. It's like, don't tell anybody.
So in space, everyone needs space.
Everybody needs
and
space.
Just like space, everything's really quiet.
Yeah.
Overall, it's quiet and spaced out. What about grays? So there's the report of grays, and the grays come from two stories: Area 51 and Roswell. So what do you think about that? Roswell being the foundation of Area 51 being built.
Well, Andrews Air Force Base is where the bodies were supposedly shipped.
Okay.
So that's part of it. Roswell is where we know one craft landed. I mean, it was crashed, but it had contact with another craft, and the other half of that craft was northeast of Roswell. And very little is known about that because the military had a chance to get security out there and hush up the whole thing. But Roswell, they did a little bit with the pants down.
So it wasn't Venus with swamp gas,
no
with light reflection, like they reported in the newspaper.
Like they reported in Project whatever it was. Yeah.
Project Blue Book.
Blue Book, yes.
Right. Give us the real information and give the public the information needed to control the public.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Wow.
Conspiracies are plenty going on and they overlap each other.
So is it possible that Area 51 has some deep, deep underground bunker down there? There's an alien down there, maybe a few.
Well,
and there's a lot going on with that.
They talked about having hangars which were open, which scientists walked by and saw UFOs in, but there was no reports about having an underground base there.
Yeah.
So everything was pretty much above board, and they were pretty content with doing it that way and keeping it secure that way.
There was a report from the Russians in the 80s, I believe, where they had scientists going deep underwater in one of the biggest lakes in the world over there.
Right.
And they were going deep under the water, and then they saw